Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 27 shows at the end Mamushi showing up to the village a few days later after they start planning and everything. And I've been thinking about different people who could confront him, or maybe be the first one to approach him, or to see him, or to kind of like, engage with him. And I feel like the perfect bait is no better than Eida herself. Now, I'm not saying they just like offer her on the silver platter, but I am saying that like she does need to kind of present herself in a way that Mamushi sees her, and then Boruto kind of teleports away or gets her away from him. Or Damon kind of like gets in the middle of it. I don't know. It doesn't really make a lot of sense for Eida to like fully be in front of Mamushi, but it does make sense for her to be the main captivating bait. And that's why I feel like there could be something to do with Inojin and the mind transmission jutsu, where she could kind of manipulate different parts of herself. I don't know. It's kind of like it'd be a combination of the Super Beast scroll, right, where he makes like a fake Eida, and then he uses the mind transmission jutsu to like all the other Eida, and then she can kind of like talk through it or manipulate it or whatever. I don't know, something like that, something along those lines maybe, or some other version of bait, like maybe a transformation jutsu. Somebody transforms into Eida and then tricks Mamushi away, and he tries to like split apart in multiple different ways and stuff like that, Something along those lines. And, it could also be the case that Eida herself does take the gamble and go in front of Mamushi only at the beginning to like, make him go after her, but then, have Boruto teleport her away or get her out of there, or have Damon engage Mamushi or something like that, you know what I mean? Actually have a one-on-one confrontation or fight. And I think that might be the perfect way to kind of set the tone of it, as like give him what he wants first, like early, and then take it away, and then let him like freak out a bit and go like, no, I have to get her, and then split apart in multiple different directions and whatnot. So I don't know. I'm curious how they're gonna like use Eida, because I want Eida to be involved, but if she can't use her Senrigan on Mamushi, if she can't fight Mamushi one-on-one, she can fly, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a gamble for like to try to fly away from Mamushi, because I'm pretty sure he could just like split apart and then like jump over himself, or like use himself as like a ladder or whatever to get after her or something. It's something along those lines, and I'm just kind of, I want something from Eida. And if she starts off as bait, I feel like that's a great start off, right? It gets her in the middle of the action, but she doesn't actually have to fight, and then she kind of goes away or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it could be a interesting confrontation or whatever. That's all I'm trying to say. And yeah, I think that could be a great start to the fight, or to fighting Mamushi, to kind of show him like, here's Eida, and then like a bull, you kind of like, whoop, you missed it, and then they have to do other stuff to engage him or whatever. It's going to be interesting to watch. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think Eida's role is going to be against Mamushi? Do you think it's going to be just watching the fight and sitting in her apartment, or do you think she's actually going to like fight and go after them and whatnot? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah,